Hey, would you look at that? We ended up finding the lake. We go right to the water's edge as well. That is a vibe though. Good stuff, Tori, for getting us here.
The plan is simple. Become the first to drive Argentina to Alaska in a tuk-tuk. I'm Ryan, an ambitious Australian looking for some adventure. It's been a year now since adopting Patty as a first-time dog owner, and so far, we've tackled buying a marketplace bucket of bolts in Bolivia, faced a multi-day border blockade, endured emergency highway protests in North Argentina, and got split up from each other after Chile denied my dog's entry. In the last episode, the long-awaited Patagonians denies entry for dogs to national parks, and only had one Patty-friendly hike. My expectations now aren't so high for El Calafate being any different, but we might as well see what it's all about and enjoy the views along the way.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Stay here one sec. Patty, hey, stay. There you go. Good morning. We had a really comfortable night's sleep. Not too much wind. It was awesome to just wake up and check out the snow-topped mountains. We really do have to pack up quick and get back out on the road south because we've got just enough time to get there to the bottom of Ushuaia, bottom of Argentina, in time with the documents and things that we've got going, and get Patty, this little one, across the borders on our official start from Ushuaia. Let's get it.
Los envidiosos siempre a las espaldas porque frente a frente hasta me saludó.
Con suerte. Sí. Gracias. So Patty's happy. We've got a lot of people coming up to us. These are a group of Brazilians, and we just got this beautiful backdrop of a lake. We were seeing it at El Chalten, and we're still on our Route 40 going south, and we're still kind of alongside it, which is really nice. Tuk Tuk, it looks good next to a trash can, and it looks even better when there's a whole scene going on in the back. Patty's doing great. She's becoming like more social. I've seen her like make leaps and bounds, so she's just getting a lot of pats from everybody here, which is incredible. We once again had to stop basically for fuel, but anytime we do stop, people are just like, yo, what's going on? What are we looking at? That is insane. I've said this before on the channel that it's like the most blue lake I've ever seen. It's like the bluest lake I've ever seen on a past lake, but now this is the new placeholder. I can't believe that, hey? I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but that thing is like, it's something with the snow-topped mountains in the background as well. You're having the best time, hey Patty? Look at you, miss. Oh, nice.
Ay, con perro, mira. ¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Australia y adopté ese en Bolivia. Y compré eso en Bolivia también. Y estamos viajando juntos.
Wow, ¿y el perro de Bolivia?
Sí, de un refugio allá.
Mira qué bien.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, yeah? Thanks for the cherries.
You're welcome. ¿Y estás acampando en cualquier lado?
Mm-hmm.
Sí.
What a time! Relax. So Patty was chilling. I'm on Patty's vibes. We're just pulled up somewhere in Argentina. Calafate is over there. And just, yeah, that's the highway running past. Got the red chair, a bit of this classic Aussie Espanol special of rice, canned like veg, and the lentils. Now we're spicing it up with a little bit of this homebrew chimichurri. It's gonna go down a treat while we just chill out, let Tori cool down a bit. She's been going not even 20 kilometers off Calafate. So I was kind of in that mindset, oh, we're close enough, or we might not stop, and then we can just stop in the town and let the Tuk Tuk properly cool down. But to let Patty out a little while, let her on the trot. Just gonna dab that in. Not too much, not too little. Anyway, I'm chatting a lot. I'm just gonna hook in. I'll probably see you guys in Calafate.
¿En Perú?
En Bolivia.
¿En Bolivia? ¿Le puedo tomar una foto?
Claro, claro, claro.
Y usted también, yo colecciono sonrisas.
Buenísimo.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Brian. ¿Y tuyos?
El mío es Connie.
Un gusto.
Qué gusto conocerle.
We're in another like YPF, the fuel station here, and it is freaking gorgeous, eh? With like the lake straight over in the distance. A lot of backpackers, that's what this lady's doing, visiting this beautiful country. And ¿de dónde sos?
Soy de Colombia.
De Colombia.
Vivo en Francia y viajo
Buenísimo.
hace 12 años.
Ah, muy bien. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y vos?
Súper, lleno y lleno también.
La gasolina, todo es súper.
Súper, gracias. Gracias, perdón.
Sí, sí, lo saco. Gracias.
¿Tu nombre?
Brian.
Brian.
Sí.
¿Me regalan su sonrisa?
No, claro.
Qué gusto.
Perfecto. Kudos to Argentina and the vibes. Just, yeah, somewhat touristic maybe. Well, it's just not often you see such well-mown grass, trees taken care of, and street lights. Really nice. Bit barren landscape, the mountains and that, but just on our right behind these trees we've got that lake, and then on the other side of the lake there's just a huge mountain range of snow-capped mountains. What are you doing, my brother? Sweet as. Okay, we'll track down the tourist information spot. He's filming us. Legend. See you later. So we're going just to the centro de El Calafate, and that's it off in the distance. As we round this, they cleaned our windscreen. The guy's saying, this is my first tuk-tuk, I need to help you out, give you a clear view of our city. I was very appreciative of that. Look at that, just out there, as blue as it gets. Oh, he gives way to me. Give him a wave, that was nice. Look at that, eh? El Calafate. Is that the information? Hola. Sí, gracias. I don't want the center though, my brother. I guess he saw I was kind of looking lost in my little tuk-tuk, and he's like, this guy's definitely trying to go to the center. Where else would you rather go? What's this place? I think this is what I was looking for. Tourist information. Oh, probably don't walk on the grass. They keep it so well done. El Calafate. That's gorgeous. It's kind of like a window of these mountains and that. We're gonna go inside. They've seen we've got a camera now. We're gonna be like, this dude, he's one of those guys. He's one of those influencers, whatever that means. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy viajando en ese vehículo con una perita. Y hay cosas que podemos hacer.
Mire, todo lo que es el Parque Nacional
Sí.
no se permite el acceso a los animales.
Adentro.
Claro.
No puedes.
Disculpe, ¿eh?
Claro, claro. Perfecto. Sí.
Hay un lugar muy bueno para dejar al
Ahí
la
no se
perrita
lo
si
dejo.
quiere.
Sí.
Porque el Parque Nacional, es decir, a ver el glaciar y todo eso, no se permiten animales.
Ni entrar ni nada.
No.
Ok. Entiendo completamente. Gracias por la información.
De nada, este mapita es suyo.
Ok. Gracias. Con esas cosas. Cuídate, ¿sí? Chao. Okay. So, we're gonna get to know the town and the city. Maybe even go down to the lake. They were saying like these guys are a good dog hotel. To leave Patty, I'm like, that's not what we're trying to do with this adventure. We're not trying to leave her in dog hotels for me to visit glaciers. As much as I don't know what your opinions might be different to mine, but on this adventure, I've said it before, it's like whatever she can't do, I'm cool with not doing. And usually that stuff is usually more touristic, which isn't our style. So the stuff that I'm missing out on is not really missing out. It's always like, oh, the glacier's gonna be there. You know, I could come back later in life, but for now, this is our Tuk Tuk team adventure. And if the team can't go, one member of the team is not just gonna go. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're basically from the town center, you leave the town, 80 kilometers down the road is where the national park starts, and you can't even enter the national park with an animal in the vehicle, even if your animal never leaves the vehicle. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're just gonna send it to the town center, mosey around, and then continue on south, which potentially might be better because we've got a timeline, and driving 80 Ks that way and driving 80 kilometers back after doing sightseeing and that'll take a full day, you know? So it's not the worst thing in the world, the outcome of what we've been told. We're not putting you in a hotel, girl. What is that? It's maybe hard to fathom that we're about 100 kilometers from a glacier and we're deciding we're not gonna go see it. But that's just not what we're trying to do with this adventure. And at the same time, our mentality is kind of like, well, we're unique in the way in the YouTube space that we're not that type of tourist that just goes to every tourist location. Usually maybe by bus, gets off the bus with the backpack, sees the site, takes the photo and leaves. We're very like, I think it's like if you want to see a glacier video, you can like search up the thousands of vids, but we're doing a very different and unique adventure ourselves, which is all the while interesting with us, and with us being a team, like, yeah, like I said, I just don't want to part ways. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Amigo, ¿cómo estás?
Bien.
Dime.
¿Sabes qué es arriba? Como hay coches conduciendo.
Arriba, vení, hija, vení. Arriba, casa, terreno, aeropuerto viejo.
Ah, ¿en serio? Entonces vale la pena para conducir
Sí,
arriba.
podés subir por acá, das la vuelta y te vas a poner en el mirador donde está el árbol. Ah, tiene una perrita, mirá.
Adentro, pero
Hola, perrita. ¿Es tu compañera?
sí.
Qué lindo.
Ew. Someone's loving us. That's a gorgeous center, eh? I do want a U-turn, my brother. Can I? Legally? In front of the police station? Let me in. No, I stole it. You're not gonna let me in. Gracias. Yeah, so that's people are turning off left up that little street. I'm gonna do the same, follow them. The guy was trying to tell me there's a lookout and maybe even the route to the lake going this way. So that's where we're gonna send it. We need a bit of a run up though, that's for sure. And the Tuk Tuk, come on now. Not bad. Check this out. We just were driving behind us, right? Such a weirdly built city. I've whipped out the GPS, I got that between my legs going. Yeah, because we just came up that hill and there's nothing, eh? Oh shoot! He was saying something about the old airport. This is it. Was this once a runway? I gotta fact check that, but it could be, right? Look how wide these roads are. So we literally just came up the hill and we were facing that way. And I'm realizing that's not the way we want to go. So I chucked the GPS on and now I don't know which way we're gonna go. Like, that definitely could be the old airport runway, just built on the top of the city, because the center of the city's down underneath. Wild, huh? Thoughts, Pati? You're excited? Oh, it was just a town center. Good vibes, but vibes like, I don't know, on these dirt roads, they're just as equally nice in my opinion. I enjoy it. Seeing like little panaderias, like bakeries or places that make homemade pasta that really just sell to the couple houses in the radius that only really the locals know about. That's the beauty of getting outside the center of the town at times as well. I don't know where the GPS is taking us. G'day lads. But it's a vibe. This is what I'm talking about. This is road restoration and a house. Like a house of shoe repair was back there. That's what I mean. Just get a little bit rural. We're still on a paved road now at least, but still the rural towns are showing up. There's a camping, but I think I'm keen to wild camp. I think we've got plenty of sunlight. Try to get out of this town after visiting the lake and try to find a decent wild camp on our route south. Look at that. That's this Rural Society of Lake Argentina is what it says on that roof. We're going the right way and there's just horses pulled up in front. Paddy knows about it. Very cool. We're just getting lost in El Calafate. What do you think, Paddy? Not bad. Sweet ass. G'day, boss. You got a camera as well, do I? Well, what a special place. Got the Tuk Tuk parked up at this really nice park behind me, all constructed out of wood. And out in front of us, we got that gorgeous blue lake. We visited Calafate, but not completely, obviously. But it's just not so much for us, so it is what it is. We're just gonna absolutely send it to this city called Rio Gallegos. We're not gonna get there today, we'll probably wild camp tonight. We'll get there maybe tomorrow, hopefully, if we just send in some kilometers. And then from there, we're on a ferry. Like, we're into Chile and then we're on a ferry, which is just insane to fathom. Haven't done any research, of course, on whether I need to book this ferry or not. I'll probably look at that sooner rather than later though. Hey, would you look at that? We ended up finding the lake. We got right to the water's edge as well. So there's this sign saying you can't swim, but you can enter the water and like submerge yourself, but not completely like try to swim an Olympic swimming pool out into the open water. especially like, well, I don't think Argentinian like customs are to participate in what like lifeguards like there is that culture in Australia. So I guess that's just a way to keep everyone safe. But at the time, we got Tori the Tuk Tuk to Lake Argentina. We love that. That's like, I'm glad we got to the water's edge, because so far we've always been seeing this lake from a distance. You okay, Pati? What's happening? No, I don't think I can let you out, eh? There's a lot of people. I just assume no dogs as well. That's gorgeous. So unfortunately, this is the first time today where we've found shade for the Tuk Tuk. So we're under this roof of an abandoned building. I was like, surely this isn't abandoned. But when they've got just a half metallic slab over a door, like proper nailed in, it's pretty abandoned. So I've been seeing this logo on plenty of bins and stuff around. So I think these are the guys that kind of maintain like rubbish level of just public bins so that people aren't just throwing stuff around this beautiful part of Argentina. So most likely legends. They've got their window boarded up as well. This might have been, or like was potentially a base that they were working out of. So yeah, especially while there's no one, we're just taking refuge under the shade of their roof. Just giving Patty a little run around. It's getting late, and especially if it was later, this, chucking the Tuk Tuk back here and kind of wild camping on these guys' property wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's completely protected by the wind that's coming. The only issue is you can kind of see there's cars there. So we would be visible from one side of the highway, but any cars going this way from the highway, we'd be completely out of sight. So especially when it got dark, or when it gets dark, this would be a decent stealth camp where we would be pretty unbothered. I haven't checked out this little shed yet. You kind of come off down this little driveway. I don't know if anyone's living there. There's a mailbox, but this too could be abandoned. And popping the Tuk Tuk on the side of it could also be another option where we're more hidden from the roadway, further away from the roadway, but still would be visible to the highway here. So we've just been absolutely pounding the Tuk Tuk today. I kind of feel bad for Tori. We've just been driving a lot of kilometers. Patty is just chilling out, and I've got the charge station going along with the editing. So we made a decision, and the decision is we're gonna stay here. We've got dinner already made, so it's just that rice chimichurri sauce, but it'll have to do. And yeah, just loving this setup. So we're doing like charging the microphones, the GoPro batteries currently, the 3 drone batteries, and the portable charger. So with those 4 being charged at the same time, we've got an output of only 24 watts. And we could charge these 4 things for 22 hours, 21 hours now, just as I was saying that. But that's pretty impressive. So we'll take that out. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. I'm just impressed by how they work. And the fact that even the drone batteries have an output USB cable. And if at any time, say I needed to charge my phone and my portable batteries were out and everything's out, I could plug just my iPhone charger into this and run off these batteries and their storage, which is just impressive. So just chucked my laptop on charge, and now we're doing almost 80 watts output, and we can keep that consistent for 6 hours. So not bad considering we're charging a lot currently, and I know that the solar panel that we have can fully recharge the battery in about 4 or 5 hours of good sun, decent sun. So it's like we've almost got infinite power. It feels freeing, exhilarating, and almost like if we don't need internet, or if we only need internet to kind of like publish to you guys the YouTube content, and if we don't need a shower, we could be living off grid. Not a bad view. I've just moseyed my way down to the shed to just check it out, because I thought while I'm up there chilling, if there's actually somebody like living here, I'll have to keep on going down the road, especially if they have a problem with me sleeping up there. So I thought before it even gets too late, go suss out what's going on. One of the ideas was to put the tent right here. It looked flatter than it is, and so it's on a bit of an incline, and Paddy's gone and just showed me that there's a full guanaco leg chilling. It's just got a padlock on this door. You guys see there's a gap that only my hand can go in. So you guys can go and tell me what's in there before I'll know what's in there. So I'll pan around the room. I can't see what you guys are seeing currently, so just putting that full word out. Hopefully there's nothing scary. I'll watch the playback in a second. But yeah, there's just a padlocked door. Putty, hey, stop eating bones, Putty. Hey, leave, Putty, come. Putty. You're hungry, I'll give you dinner. Now that we know we're staying, I can serve you dinner. Putty, what have you got in your mouth? Come here, Putty, come. Come. Drop. She doesn't know that command. Oh, she does. Hey, yeah, you just show. Hey, come on. I don't know how old that is. It's definitely some part of the guanaco. Hey, leave it, you cutie. No, now looking at it, it's not very inviting. And I found some human waste, the number 2 kind. So I reckon the buried guanaco leg is going to be the go for tonight. We're going to put the tent right here. The guanaco bones are kind of like under the Tuk Tuk / on the other side of the Tuk Tuk. So yeah, just kind of, if I parked over it, Paddy won't be able to get into it, and it's like out of sight, out of mind, right? Patty, what are you eating? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so like, what would you do about that? Would you let your dog, oh my gosh, the teeth are so legit. Like obviously they're real, but they're like very real. Patty, hey, Patty, come on, leave that. Hey, leave that. Yeah, you don't want to be amongst that. No. There's some rogue toilet paper that Paddy's just pointed out to me, just having a sniff of it. That's why we didn't start there, but it's like you pick or choose your poison, basically. We're just here to pass the night. Oh my goodness. Just admiring the sunset. This ground is really funky. I don't know, it reminds me of the salt flats back in Bolivia, how it's very crumbly like that. So I could get the pegs only on this side, and then yeah, you can see I gave up. Look what the ground did to my peg. The poor peg. I said I'd watch the playback of what's behind this door. I just did it like 10 seconds before I started recording. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. Now, why am I hearing sounds behind the shed door all of a sudden? My mind's playing tricks on me. Because it's just a plastic chair and this like cut out rectangle in the ground. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, the paranoid free night of sleep may have just gotten worse because I watched what was in there. Considering that guanaco carcass is not the only one. There's just over this hill, I can probably show you, there's like 4 or 5 more. That's really like Why? That's the real question. I reckon there's at least 2 right there. There's like 2 rib cages. There's like a bunch of fur there. There's another one down there, and then there's like a more recent one right there. It's hard to make it out, but if you guys trust me on this one, it's a weird time. Patty's in the tuk-tuk. She's ready to go to sleep. Hey, beautiful. You're off to bed? Yeah. There's only been 2 cars pass this way on the highway, so yeah, we should have a pretty undisturbed night, and we're probably in the safest part of Argentina. Fortunately, like, I was seeing bicycles in the street without locks for the first time in my Latin American life back in El Chalten. It's like, you know, you're in the region, you know? You know something's happening when people just like leave it and then go off. I couldn't see the owners anywhere. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna have a sweet night's sleep. Call it a day. Thanks for joining me, guys. Until next time, or until tomorrow. I don't know where I'm gonna end this video. What a day, what a day.